Max Verstappen was poised to stand on the podium in Sunday's United States Grand Prix, but the Red Bull Racing driver was docked 5 seconds immediately after the checkered flag for gaining an advantage on track to do so. Courtesy of a 15-spot grid penalty for power unit changes, Verstappen started Sunday's race only in 16th place, but rose to the top 6 within the opening laps, and was into the lead by lap 21 of the race. Running 5th into the final 6 circuits, Verstappen got Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas for 4th. Once Bottas lost a spot to Sebastian Vettel in dramatic fashion at turn 1. Scuderia Ferrari swapped Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen around, which put Raikkonen 3rd and Verstappen 4th in the final stages of the race. The Dutchman got within DRS range on the final lap and made one final lunge on Raikkonen for 3rd at the Carousel Complex, turns 16, 17, and 18, but was deemed to have cut the track by sticking all his wheels and off course, as his incredible pass of Raikkonen for position was erased. A 5-second penalty was assessed for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Verstappen thought had finished 3rd but was removed in the FIA cool-down room after the fact, promoting Raikkonen back to the final podium position, and making the second time in 12 months. 2016 Mexican Grand Prix. Verstappen had lost a podium after the race actually finished. More to follow. Mercedes clinched its 4th straight Formula One Constructors' Championship in Sunday's United States Grand Prix as Lewis Hamilton took his 9th victory of the season at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Hamilton produced a controlled display at the front to lead Mercedes to victory, while teammate Valtteri Bottas struggled to manage his tires late on, dropping to 5th place at the checkered flag. The result was nevertheless enough to secure Mercedes the title as it outscored the rival Ferrari team by 2 points on Sunday. Mercedes has spent much of the season neck and neck with Ferrari for pace, but the gap in the Constructors' Championship has gradually swelled through the year, with the gap standing at 145 points heading to Austin. Ferrari had to outscore Mercedes by 17 points in the USGP just to keep the title race alive to Mexico, but fell short in Austin as the Silver Arrows wrapped up a 4th successive team's title with 3 races to spare. Mercedes returned to F1 with a works team in 2010, and clinched its first pair of titles 4 years later upon the introduction of the new V6 turbo power units. An overhaul of the technical regulations for 2017 saw Ferrari draw much closer to Mercedes at the front of the pack, but the German marque has dug deep to lead the constructor standings since Canada, taking 11 wins and 13 poles so far this season. The result sees Mercedes become just the 4th team in history to win 4 straight constructors' titles, following in the footsteps of Red Bull 2010 to 2013, Ferrari 1999 to 2004 and McLaren 1988 to 1991. It is also the 6th Constructors' title to have been won by Mercedes Power, with the works team's quartet of crowns being joined by Brawn and McLaren's titles in 2009 and 1998 respectively. Follow at Luke Smith 1.